Today we're installing a quantum fuel pump from Quantum Fuel Systems. Part number is the HFP 382. It's going in a 2006 Yamaha R1. Okay, we've got our Quantum Fuel System fuel pump kit unboxed. We got the fuel pump housing seal, pickup screen, various types, return line screens, various types. Got the pump assembly, check valve, wire loom, and clamps. It's all there. Okay, as you can tell, seats have been removed. Take the rear mount out. It's a pivot bolt, front bolt out, side skirts come off, screw here, screw here. Two connectors under the tank, one fuel line and one return line, and the tank comes off. And there's the pump house. Okay, we've got 6 bolts for the fuel pump housing, 4mm Allen head. Take those out and the pump will come out. Now, one thing about the Yamaha fuel pump housing, it's got a indexing nub that sticks up, and it's got the corresponding groove here, so you can't get it in the wrong position, even though it is pointing out to the front brake side of the engine. The tricky part is on the fuel level sender. It sticks out just a little bit. You have to push it in, and it should come out like that. And there it is. It's very crusty. And there's the bad pump. See all the rust? That's from sitting in a tank full of ethanol fuel for a better part of 3 years. So, no good. Alright, as you can see, everything is cleaned up. Housing, all the rust is out of the housing. We've got red grease on the output O-ring. And you'll notice this little sensor. This sensor plugs into right here on the lower part of the housing. This little sensor has a wire that's very fragile. So be careful. Like you see, we had to make a repair there because this connection, it's just so thin, it's not even funny. So be careful of this if you can avoid wiggling it. Ours was corroded pretty badly, so we had to strip it back. There's a metal copper fitting and then more fittings here. Not sure what this little sensor does, but obviously it's critical because Yamaha put it there. So anyway, this goes in here and it plugs in just like this. Just like that. What we need to do, here's the new pump. It's got red grease on the output. Fits down right there in the bushing. Push it to bottom. Here's a retention clip. Retention clip goes, well, we'll do the filter here in a second. This filter, like I said, there's 4 different varieties, and you have to find the one that fits best because none of them are identical to the 06. There's one that's a similar shape, but it's much too tall, so this one will fit with the proper orientation. But anyway, here's this clip. This is the pump retention clip. This fits around a locating nub, so that goes like that. And what you have to do is you look at your orientation. There's your output. There's your output O-ring. You have to look at this, and what you have to do is you have to get this filter at approximately like that, and see if that's going to work. Let's see. So what you need to do is push it on. It's got a band clamp right there. Pushes on, it stays put. Route our wires. First wire there. Second group of wires will go in after we get the connection made. Have to feed the filter over it. Feed the filter in. See, there's the O-ring. And it all just slides together. Wires go in here. Smallest wire first. All of them like that. That goes there. That clips in. See all the little detents are all okay. It's all in tight. Output O-ring you can see is deep inside there, so we're good there. Last thing is your level connector switch. There's a levels connector there. Pump connector. And then the wires go in here. Smallest wire is inside, bigger wires, and there it is, fully assembled, ready to go back in the bike. Quantum Fuel Systems O-ring. There's the part number. They call it a tank seal, but it's an O-ring, but it's slightly conical shaped, flat on one side, and you can see just ever so slight conical shape to it, taper in an upwards way. Anyway, this conical shape goes towards the tank surface, so the flat part goes against the housing, the conical shape goes up. So that's why, and it fits in there relatively tight. You got to kind of feed it around there, but then it fits in relatively tight. I'm going to set that there for a second. Get a little red grease. Little grease. We use this multi-purpose red grease. More what it is to let the seal, that conical shape of the seal, slide and not snag as you clamp it down. So that's done. I'm going to take our pump assembly. You got to be careful. This is the tang right here that hangs up. So you got to be careful of that one. But, that. Take your retaining ring with the cutout. Like that. For torque, 6 foot-pounds. And yes, this torque wrench is a little bit of overkill. It's still accurate at 6, but my 1/4 inch torque wrench, I could not find the adapter from 1/4 to 3/8. So rather than spend half the afternoon trying to find that, I just went with this one. So it's properly torqued, so it's ready for the tank to go back on the bike. Got all the fuel lines hooked up and the 2 connectors, the pump connector and the fuel level gauge connector connected up, and the vent line connected up. And remember, this thing hasn't run since, well, the plate says 2019, so better part of 3 years. Yeah, you can hear the pump run. So let's see. So another successful quantum fuel system update. Very affordable and perfect. No issues whatsoever. Thanks for watching.